Welcome back to Beat the Recession Marketing. I'm James Carley, and you're watching pillar number 3, social media. Unless you've been in some type of deep hiding, by now you've heard of social media. This new age phenomenon has forever changed the way individuals communicate with each other. From friends with friends or from brands with consumers, social media has now empowered everyone, no matter who you are, with a voice. It has quickly become a faster way to find and to share information. Social media for the consumer, though, has become that new word of mouth. Because never before could someone post what they were thinking or what they were feeling and it be seen by millions of people. Placing this type of social power into consumers' hands has deeply impacted our business's economy. How has it impacted it? By transforming marketing from a one-sided conversation into a reputation economy, because the doors have been open to a two-way conversation between businesses and consumers. And with the recent popularity of sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, and YouTube, and that's just to name a few, these social networks are now greatly influencing a huge part on how consumers go about performing research and engaging with businesses. And this has become so important that you must make sure that your business has a social media plan in place that focuses on relationship building and not just the marketing, because building strong relationships is really the key. The more people who can relate and connect with your brand, the better. And if you look at your competition and what's going on in your marketplace, really this is no longer an option. I want you to think back to the buying process. Do you remember the first step after a consumer realized that they had a need? What did they do? They performed research, right? And recent studies show that 83% of consumers say online customer reviews influence their purchasing decision. Now, I really want you to let that soak in, because social media now positions your company face to face with consumers. But the main problem many businesses have with social media isn't setting up accounts on these networks, but truly understanding how to use these networks effectively to grow their social presence and engage with their targeted audience. Because when you engage with your targeted audience correctly and you start to really bond with them, that's how you turn fans into customers. So I want to show you a few ways how to use social media to interact, engage, and to grow your social audience. The first element that we're going to talk about inside social media is scheduled posts. It's extremely important when you're building relationships socially that the conversation never stops. The conversation with your audience must always be constant. And to accomplish this, you can create what's called scheduled posts. And these scheduled posts just simply talk about your business and educate consumers and provide them quality and useful information. The better the content, the more responsive and engaged your fans will be. Now, I know you're busy and you're pressed for time constantly, so you don't really have that time to be updating your social networks. That's why I suggest pre-scheduling your posts even daily or even weeks at a time. Now, there's many social tools out there that can help you do this, but a great way to manage your social networks is a tool called Hootsuite. There's a paid and a free version of this tool. You can just use the free version to help you pre-schedule your messages in advance. Once you get inside Hootsuite, you want to go ahead and link together all your social networks into one platform, and it's really simple and easy to do. When you're setting up your messages, you want to be sure to pre-schedule 3 to 5 update posts daily. Remember, you got to use things like images, videos, questions, and all these things together will really help you engage your fans. I want you to grab a pen and write this formula down. It's really going to help you. When you're scheduling post updates, always keep your conversations 70% educational or entertaining and 30% salesy or sales messages. I found that this recipe works the best for keeping your fans' attention. The key here is to focus on building relationships. Real relationships are the key to really increasing your sales, because your audience gets to a place where they know you, they begin to like you, and they begin to trust you, right? Which is the name of the game and super important when it applies to sales. The second element we're going to look at inside social media is images. Using images in your post updates is extremely powerful and one of the fastest ways to go viral and receive a new flood of fans. But the secret ingredient that makes images so catchy and stand out are captions. Now, I know we've all seen this before. If you've been online and have a Facebook account, you've come across some type of image with a funny or interesting tagline. What's the first thing that you do when you see something like this? You share it, right? Especially if it made you laugh or it looked cool. It works like gangbusters every time. This is probably why Facebook paid $1 billion to acquire Instagram. Really think about that. Why would they spend that much money? Also, why are sites like Pinterest receiving over 1 million visitors a month? So what does the future of social media look like to you? Image friendly. So here are a few tips to remember when you're using images. The first tip is you want to make sure you're using images that are funny and catchy. So you want to use things visually that make you laugh or attract your eye. The second thing you want to remember is you want to use images that relate to your business or your product or service in somehow or some way. The third tip you want to remember is make sure you're using images that possess some type of call to action. And when it comes to a call to action, you want to say things like, click here to share with your friends. Click to share so your friends could see this, or click like to give this a thumb up. You just really want to encourage people to engage with your content, but you don't want to abuse this tactic, but just kind of sprinkle it in and blend it in with your other quality content, such as videos and blog posts, so when you do it, it'll have the most impact. The third element that we're going to look at inside social media is posting special offers. Now, this is where the magic happens. Special offers to consumers are like honey to bees. Both are rich and sweet because everyone loves a bargain jam-packed with value. Presenting the right offer at the right time can encourage current fans and draw new ones to take action, really getting your customer involved with what's happening at your business. And an easy way to do this is by using your Facebook page or any other social network where your modern consumer hangs out, and you can do things such as host events using platforms like GoToWebinar or Google Hangouts. And you can do things like advertise special contests or giveaways, or you're giving out things like vouchers and trials and coupons and anything that your consumer would deem valuable. But the key to making this work is to allow people to claim their prize instantly by doing some type of action. Now, whether that action is making a phone call or filling out a form, or if you're using mobile elements, you can have them text a certain number to receive this or scan this QR code to receive that. But this strategy is perfect for attracting those likes and tweets and plus ones that are really going to help spread that word of mouth about your business. So what I want you to do before executing this strategy is I want you to review your customer avatar and competition reports. You want to identify what others are doing in your market and what type of offers are people responding to. Then you want to sit down and brainstorm and really get creative and plan out 2 to 3 special offers or contests that you could run monthly. Remember, all these offers you create can be cross-promoted on your other pillars. You want to make sure going forward that everything that you do points to a single sales funnel while you're simultaneously building your 5-star reputation. The last element in our social media pillar is promoting your social channels. The perfect way to getting attention to your social networks and attracting non-fans is simply promoting your social channels everywhere. You first want to figure out which networks matter to your business the most, and you can do that by reviewing your competition reports and finding out where your modern consumer actually hangs out. For most businesses, this is going to be Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Next, you want to place your Facebook and Twitter links on everything you do, so on all your marketing materials. Just like you would do with your website URL, you want to start to couple your website URL with your social media URLs. And here are some key places that you could use to help build that social integration. You can start adding your social links on things like your articles at the end of the article, or in your videos during the opener or at the end of the video. You can start adding your social links to all of your print ads. So if you're still using like the yellow pages, make sure you include your social URLs where they can learn more about your business before they even contact you. Or you can use things also on your business cards, on your company flyers, things of that nature. Pretty much all forms of communication or anything that consumers see. So let's recap about what we've learned in pillar number 3 on social media. The first thing we learned is how important when building relationships that the conversation with our audience remains constant. Scheduling posts is how we accomplish this. Next, we learned how images are extremely powerful and one of the best ways to engage fans because relationships are everything. Then we learned how posting special offers and contests spread like wildfire. This is simple but highly effective viral method. Last, we learned how to properly socially integrate our social links with all of our marketing materials that will help naturally grow and promote your social networks, which will help build your know, like, and trust factors. Your homework from this module is to examine your current social media marketing plan. If you don't have one, it's time to start. Then see if you have these 4 elements in place. Next, you want to decide if you're using them correctly. If you're not using them correctly, it's time to start making adjustments. Social media is so huge, with sites like Facebook having over 1 billion active users. You need to know for a fact that your ideal customer is using social media. So I want you to start joining the conversation and start reaching customers where they are, converting your leads into fans and your fans into customers. Hopefully you're really excited about what you've learned thus far. I know I am from sharing it with you. So I'll see you in the next pillar when we learn about email.